Much like your workplace, the state has its own policy to protect workers. It says the state will not tolerate workplace harassment, whether engaged in by fellow employees, supervisors, officers, or by outside clients. It also says retaliation is a serious violation of this policy and should be reported immediately. We spoke with half a dozen employees who say the state is not following that policy and that good workers are leaving because of it. Shandy Donald is married with a young daughter. One of the main reasons she decided to speak out about workplace harassment.
I, for one, don't want my child to ever experience something like this whenever she gets into the workforce.
She resigned from the Indiana Department of Insurance in June after what she called repeated sexual harassment from Chief of Staff Doug Weber.
He said, "Man, it's really cold outside. Let me put my hands on your butt," and reached out, and for my hind end, I backed away and said, "Excuse me?"
Weber denied the allegations, but Shandy says the issue started in December 2017.
There's probably about 6 or 7 of us, and he came down and chimed into the conversation, and I had talked about, being a cheerleader. And he asked if I did cartwheels and skirts.
How did it make you feel when he said that?
About this big.
Shandy says Weber's comments made fellow employees uncomfortable as well.
He was referencing the Christmas party that he was going to be holding at his home for all the Department of Insurance, and asked if people were going to be wearing, ugly sweaters, and, what does yours look like? And he made the comment that he's going to get one made that says #MeToo. Haha, get it, everybody? And at that point, a couple people walked away.
Shandy says Weber was someone she and coworkers had trusted and looked up to.
It makes you emotional, because it is the people that you don't expect. It really is. So it is hard, and I feel like even harder to deal with when it is someone who you didn't peg for that type of person.
We spoke with another former IDOI employee who says he was there, and Shandy's accounts of what happened are spot on. Shandy told the state personnel department what happened verbally and in this email.
I told her at that point, I fear for retaliation. It's not a very good work environment as far as the people who are in charge, and, I'm afraid that my life is going to be made hell.
Shandy says she was assured the state does not tolerate retaliation, but when Shandy went on vacation, coworkers told her another supervisor went through her desk and recycling bins.
I genuinely believe they were looking for anything they possibly could.
Weber denied any involvement in the desk incident. State personnel tells us they investigate all workplace harassment complaints they receive. However, the findings are not public record. State personnel did tell us Weber has not faced any suspensions or demotions. After Shandy lodged her complaint, Shandy says state personnel encouraged her to apply for different jobs within state government. Meanwhile, Doug Weber remained in his role as chief of staff for 11 months until he retired on December 1st. What message does that send to you as a state worker?
How about you hush, and we'll just remove you from the situation.
Shandy resigned from state government as soon as she found another job in the private sector. Do you think the state is following its own policies when it comes to workplace harassment?
Absolutely not. Not at all.
Did you see other people getting harassed?
Yes, definitely. I've also seen it, with issues with race.
Call 6 Investigates spoke with half a dozen former and current state government workers who say workplace harassment is rampant. Indiana state employees have filed 383 workplace harassment complaints since January 2016. More than half the time, state personnel found inappropriate behavior.
It needs to be addressed.
We asked Doug Weber about Shandy's allegations, including his alleged comment about wanting to touch her. Weber declined to talk on camera, but sent us a statement saying there was no sexual content in our brief conversation. I assured her that I did not say what she thought was said, but apologized for any discomfort my comment caused her. Weber says he does not recall any conversations about high school cheerleading. I do recall making a Me Too shirt comment to a group of IDOI staff when asked what to wear to the Christmas party for IDOI employees at my house. My recall is that Shandy Donald and her husband attended the party.
He still gets to go on with his life.
Shandy says the state needs to do more to investigate workplace harassment and help employees feel comfortable about speaking out.
If you have policies, that are supposed to be followed, then you need to follow them.
We requested an on-camera interview with IDOI's commissioner, but the agency declined our request, saying they can't comment on personnel matters. Kara Kenny, RTV6.